What's up, guys? Today I wanted to do a follow-up update on this Sony DSC-HX50V that I did. So the seller here, if you could see it over here, he's a top-rated seller. He's more like a snake in the grass. Now, I'm going to leave all the information down below, and I gotta say, first and foremost, eBay, their sellers are horrible anymore. And before I get into that, it's spelled blvd-sales-19. So I returned the camera to him as he requested. You check out my previous video. You know, I tried working something out with the guy. You know, the part is refurbished. It's $55.99. Comes from China, $4.99 for shipping. And he requested, more or less demanded, I just send this camera back. So I did. And lo and behold, he sends me a, prepaid shipping label, which I then pack everything up nice and neat. Put it all back the way I got it, put the new label on it, take it to the post office, and the post office tells me, you can't send this first class mail. I said, why? And they said, because it's too big, too heavy to send first class mail. So that is strike number one against this top rated seller on eBay. Was he knew this camera was broke. When I confronted him about it, he was hoping that it wouldn't act up, and it did. And again, check my other video, and it's a known problem with these cameras. So he demanded that I return it to him, which I did, and I said to the post office, no way I'm paying shipping. And they said, okay, well then he's going to be responsible. So I let him know. He wrote, okay. And then he wrote, oh, he's going to lose. He wanted to try and make a fee and this and that and, all this other bullshit. So today he receives it back. And I have been tracking this, and I said, okay, when are you going to give me my refund? He says to me, in a bit. So I waited. And then, lo and behold, I get another message from him, and he reimburses me $90.09. Not the 180 and change. 90.09. He said because there was more scratches on it. If anything, I cleaned the camera, and I guess, his vision, maybe he's vision impaired. I don't know. What I do know is I had to clean the camera when I received it, so maybe I made the scratches brighter for him, like my wife said. No idea. But what I can tell you is, after I got that, I had to contact eBay, and thankfully, eBay reimbursed the other $90.10 that was owed. So altogether, that would be $180.19, and that's what he owed me. Because also, what happened, there is a 32 gigabyte card right here in this auction. Right here, it says 32 SD card with leather pouch, no charger. And he went ahead and said to me, there was no 32 gig card at all listed. And then a little bit later, after I told him, recheck your auction, buddy, he says, oh, well, and then he reimbursed me $10.60 and said I should be able to find one for that. So right here, look, top rated plus seller. And if you notice here, 100% feedback. I left this no good prick a negative feedback, and I guess it went against eBay rules because I included my previous video in the feedback. So I first off told everything I just said here, and then I included the link to my YouTube video. So I guess that's why eBay went ahead and pulled it. But lo and behold, too, if you look, he's got 3 neutrals within the last 6 months. And unfortunately, my negative feedback, it got removed. So I guess it shouldn't have been put in there, and then he would have had the negative feedback. So this is what you need to watch when you're buying from eBay. This is not the only person. I've had several dealings and I cringe at this side of eBay, but unfortunately these days, like you see these vape cells here, they're 5500 milliamp. Well, these were the ones I was going to order for that Chinese flashlight. Well, this prick here, r-lsales, okay, he's got 99.6% positive feedback. He sold 281 of these. So I questioned him before he sent them out. I said, I want to know, have you tested these? Are these real? And he responded, you know, with a vague answer. First, he didn't respond at all. And that's another thing with eBay sellers. Nobody wants to respond. They just want to sell. You get it, and then you have a problem, and then you end up with the problem I just showed you with the camera. Well, this guy at least responded when I messaged after he generated a tracking number, and I said to him, I said, you know, did you test these cells for self-drain? And, you know, he went into this shit. No, they're heat shrunk, this, stacked, the whole 9 yards. And then I get another email from him, and he says, people are allowed to, or companies are allowed to rewrap the cells. I said, I didn't ask you to, if you rewrapped them or anything. I said, I'm asking you, you know, did the cells, they're high drain cells. Did you test them? And his answer was no. So then I went ahead and I told him, I said, listen, just send them out. I'm going to load test them. I'm going to test the memory. I'm going to test the weight. I'm going to test the milliamps. I'm going to test the voltage. I'm going to do everything like that. As soon as I said that, that motherfucker went ahead and canceled my order, and he said, there's your refund. I just refunded you. I didn't request a refund now, okay? This is the kind of shit that fires me up. Pricks like this are on fucking eBay, and they're selling their goddamn garbage out of pawn shops and everything else. And it goes on Amazon too, because this same camera I found on Amazon, I purchased it, and I asked for pictures before he sent it out. The fucking old motherfucker sent me the pictures of the camera, and the LCD screen was all scratched up, and he sent 2 of them trying to hide it, and he sent the front of the camera, which was kind of scratched up too. So I asked him, I said, hey, how about sending me a side pictures and the top and the bottom? And, you know, let me see that. Then the motherfucker had the audacity to go ahead and say, oh, I don't have it here with me. It's at the warehouse and it's already shipped, so I can't do nothing. So I had to call Amazon, and Amazon couldn't stop it. I couldn't cancel it, and this motherfucker didn't want to cancel it. And this is on Amazon. He said because he's going to get a strike because Amazon, you know, does points or whatever the hell they do, I don't know. But this is where, you know, I prefer to buy new, but batteries, unfortunately, the Chinese are making knockoffs. Nobody could trust them. And these other people that have pawn shops, you know, they're elderly, they have, you know, whatever going on, and this is their hobby, and they're selling junk, they're buying junk, they don't know how to test it or whatever, and then you go on eBay or Amazon, and you're getting all kind of different excuses, and that's if you're lucky enough to get an answer before they just slap and generate a label and then send it out to you, and then you receive it, and then you're fucked when you get it. Just like this guy, he played it real cool until he got, you know, it back with the camera here. You know, this one really pissed me the fuck off because, you know, he's, oh yeah, I'm top seller. This is what you get when you deal with a top seller. Well, if this is what you get with a top seller, I don't want to see a low-life seller like some of them that I've seen and I've dealt with on eBay. And this is why I don't recommend it. And I don't recommend purchasing used off Amazon either, because that motherfucker lied. I hate a liar. I hate a thief. And you know, there's nothing else, you know, and I hate a cheater. There are 3 things in my book that I can't stand. And there are 3 things in my book that, you know, I'd like to slap the shit out of them. But, you know, these days, you can't do that. You know why? Because they'll have you arrested. So the best way to deal with these people, if you want to call them people, I call them low-life scum. Scumbags, dirtbags. You know, I deal with them in a different way. So be careful when you're doing stuff on, you know, buying on eBay, especially with batteries and everything. And Amazon used stuff too. Just be careful, because I know Reverb is getting this way too. A lot of shady sellers, they don't want to answer you. You're running a fucking business, answer. You don't get a day off. If you're selling on eBay, Reverb, Amazon, you don't get a day off just because your shop's closed. You answer the fucking goddamn message and that's it.